Hi, my name's Elizabeth Rimmer and I am founder for Entrepreneurs. Today I just wanted to talk to you about some of the ideas that are flowing through this brain of mine. But I've been thinking to myself, have you noticed the increase in online businesses? There is a huge plethora of stuff out there these days. So whether it's courses, education, training, lifestyle stuff, selling of physical products, online businesses are never-ending, far-reaching. The list is on and on and on and on of all the different services and things that are now online. And why is that important and relevant? Because it's a business structure to consider for us able-bodied nurses. And there's a few really important advantages of online businesses, and that is that you don't need a physical premises. You can work on your project when it suits you, so whether that's when the kids are in bed, in the middle of the night, 5 a.m. in the morning, whatever, you get the gist. You can teach yourself how to do things, and you can get instantaneous feedback from your target audience if that's what you want. The restrictions during the COVID-19 pandemic, as we all know, have had a really negative effect on loads of different businesses out there. Big businesses, small businesses. Actually in some sectors, small businesses have fared better than big businesses because they perhaps have less overheads, they're perhaps more adaptable to change, but whatever, either way, we've seen a lot of businesses suffer badly during this time. Online businesses, however, have grown and grown and really come into their own more than ever, I would say. The reason that I'm talking to you about online businesses and trying to kind of plant a seed with you is because, for me, I think that creating an online business as a nurse is perhaps giving you the ability to create a business using the skills that you already have right now. So if you're going to ask me what on earth could I do right now, I'll say, look, you tell me. You tell me. Unless you're a nurse in management, I would guess that you spend probably a minimum of 50% of your time with your patients providing lifestyle advice and health promotion and wellness and chronic disease management and all of those kind of health education messages and information. I would bet about 50% of your time is spent doing that, which makes you pretty much an expert in whatever field you are in. So who is that group that you educate? Where do you get your information so that you know that when you're passing it on it's reliable? How do they benefit from the information that you provide for them? So then tell me again, you're asking me what you could do online? I think you've just told me. So look, let me give you an example. I just this minute just did a quick Google search on management of type 2 diabetes, and I got 245 million hits on that question. I just looked on Amazon for books around managing type 2 diabetes, and I discovered 597 books on this topic. Now that's just taken me 60 seconds. I haven't delved into it in any great detail, but I think I've just established that there is a huge hunger out there from people who want information and support and guidance on how to manage their type 2 diabetes. So I think sometimes when you are using the skills that you just use in your everyday job all the time, you just lose a sense of value of what those are. You don't kind of see them as valuable because it's just what you do every day. I think the other thing is that sometimes you think to yourself, and I've certainly done this, well, you know, this is stuff that everybody knows already, surely. But it's not. I run some weight management groups within my business, and I'm astonished sometimes at what I would consider quite basic information that people don't know. And I'm talking about educated clients who you would make an assumption that they would know X and Y and Z about nutrition and weight loss, but people don't. And to be honest, why should they? Why would they? So, you know, you think everybody knows this stuff? You're wrong. Everybody does not know this stuff, and that is why you spend such an awful long time at work delivering these messages to your patients who come from all walks of life. They're not stupid, they're not ignorant, but they just don't know what you know because they haven't trained and they haven't educated themselves to the level that you have in your field of expertise. And what you are doing is repackaging that information and advice in a nice, digestible format that's deliverable and that's easy to absorb by your patients. So I keep saying, and I really believe this, that the world of healthcare is changing, both in the way that it's delivered and the way that it's received. Nowadays, people are keen, willing, interested to invest money and time in their health. Just look around you at all of the gyms, the nutritional services, the life coaching, the retreats. I mean, again, the list goes on and on. There are so many services out there that really, when you break it down, they are aimed at preserving wellness, maintaining health, keeping illness at bay, and people love that. As NHS workers, we are so accustomed to working with a sickness model. That is how the NHS works. You fall ill, you go and seek help, you get it. Other than that, really, we pay lip service to health promotion and prevention of ill health because of the constant battle, you know, against expense versus outcome. The fact that, you know, a lot of our regulations, our protocols, there's always a political element, isn't there? And what are most politicians interested in? They're interested in their next round of elections. So everything's done on a very short-term basis, you know, cutting waiting times. Really, they just want to cut it in the very near future so that, you know, they look good on their next election. Bad example, but you know what I mean. I think all of us health professionals agree that there tends to be a lack of long-term strategy. We often see, again, if we take the case of obesity, that if we put far more into preventing people from becoming obese, in actual fact, we would save money in the long run from all the disease that's associated with that particular condition. But do we do that? No. Why? Because, as I say, the involvement of politics, the quick fix scenario. We want to see quick results. We want to see quick improvement on numbers. So we go around in this ever loop of, you know, policy and protocol change and looping back to what we used to do and then changing it up, you know. So look, what if you provided personalised planning to people that are out there living with long-term conditions, or those people who would like to prevent the onset of long-term conditions, or those people who just want to live and live in a way that kind of maximises and potentiates their everyday physical health or their mental health. What if you provided this kind of information on a group basis? So it was less individualised, but it was more on a group basis. What if you sent out monthly information to people around these kind of topics? What if you provided personalised one-to-one information and education to people that are out there living with long-term conditions, or to people that are out there trying to prevent the onset of long-term conditions, or to people that are out there just trying to live to their maximum health potential? What if you provided this information in kind of group type scenarios? So it's not one-to-one, it's a bit more generic, but you did it on a more of a group basis. Or what if you just shot out monthly information, newsletters, useful, really useful stuff that you have retrieved from somewhere, you've broken it down, you've packaged it in a nice, digestible, easy format, because I'm busy and I don't have time to go and read the latest research on something. I want someone else to read it for me and then just deliver me the bullet points. What about if you linked up with one of the many businesses out there now, whereby you go online, you pick what blood tests you want to have, you send you the kit, you do the blood test at home, they send you the results. What about if you linked up with a service like that, so that you can give more personalised information once your customer has had their blood test? What if you linked up with another health professional who is in a completely different field to you, or who's in the same field but brings a different perspective to whatever it is that you're doing? What if you partnered up and offered a really cohesive package of something that people value, that people want, that people are interested in? See how this could be a really exciting era, and you could be a trailblazer in developing these new types of business models. And you are already seen by the public as having credibility. You are already seen as an expert. You are already that trusted person that they are used to receiving that information from. Your honesty, your sincerity, your genuine care, your integrity, all of those qualities put you in an incredible position of trust and great communication with you and your potential private patient client. The benefits for nurses who have created their own business, I've spoken to a few of them, as you know, and I am one of them, reach far beyond money. This is about creating a really exciting era in your life when, let's face it, there's an awful lot of doom and gloom about at the moment. It's about opening opportunities that you may not have realised that were there before. It's about demonstrating to your children that that you can create opportunities in life and that you can make things work if you want to. It's about creating some time freedom, about working on something that is about you and for you. And then, of course, in the midst of that, yes, there's a possibility of creating an additional revenue stream that can go very nicely alongside your regular income. The list of benefits go on and on and on. And the most common regret, can I tell you, that I hear from nurses that I'm interviewing who are in business, and I would say I concur with this, the biggest regret is not having started earlier. And I kid you not, I have heard that over and over and over. So remember my words, okay? I just feel like it's time to reward yourself with something that's just for you. Nursing is an incredibly privileged profession, and I have said many times before, and I'll repeat again in case there's any uncertainty, I love being a nurse and I wouldn't swap it for the world. It's brought so much into my life, and it's not a regret. It's definitely not a regret. And now, at this point in my life, I'm discovering that actually there's all these avenues that I didn't even know existed before. Nursing, you do spend a lot of time giving to other people, and creating a business, like I said, is a way of you taking some control and taking something back for yourself. So look, over the next few weeks, I just want you to start having a bit more awareness about the kind of things that you do at work, your bread and butter, the kind of things that your patients want to talk to you about specifically, the kind of services that you're interested in externally that you buy into, especially with a kind of health related topic in mind. Asking your friends, asking your patients, do you subscribe to anything that's health related, or do you buy any health magazines? Just doing your own kind of gentle, nosy research. And just when you see things online that catch your eye, why do they catch your eye? What is it about those things? And yeah, an awareness for all of those kind of lifestyle health-based services that are out there. What are they? How do they work? How much do people pay? It's just, as I said, gentle, open, thoughtful research without research being intense. So I want you to do that. I want you to truly understand that you are not just a nurse, that you are an amazing nurse, but added to that, that you have acquired this plethora of skills, knowledge, expertise, all of these qualities in your journey as a student nurse, and throughout your career. And these are skills that people would do anything for. And these are skills that you could easily put to use in a business for yourself. Now look, I know this isn't for everybody, so you don't need to tell me if you're not interested in this, and if you're feeling extremely fulfilled and happy in your career, I salute you. I take my hat off to you and I salute you. If you're feeling a bit like, oh, I'm just wondering if there's something else out there, then I'm here to tell you, yes, there is something else out there. There is something else out here. And it's going to require a little bit of tenacity, a little bit of dedication, a little bit of work, a lot of work. But yes, there is something else out there. So all I'm asking you to do is start opening your mind, and wondering and thinking where you fit into this. Because this isn't about dreaming, and this isn't something that happens to someone else. This is something very achievable for you, by you, and can bring an awful lot of satisfaction and fulfillment to your life. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope that it resonates a little with you. I would love to think that it triggers your creativity a little bit, and that you start to see things that I'm seeing all the time where I think, oh my God, that would be a great business. That would be a great business. So mull it over, think about it, open your mind, don't have to commit to anything, but just let those creative juices flow. Okay. Well, I can't wait to speak to you again soon and get thinking.